friends, today we're going to talk about the feather stitch. That's this green stitch that I've tucked tiny little bullion knots in as blossoms right here on this leaf. I love the feather stitch. It's a lot like the fly stitch, but it's a little more complicated. It's got V's on each side instead of V's in a row. So let me show you how that works. We're going to use this teaching cloth that I have. The feather stitch is based on 4 rows. Now those rows are usually really close together, but the stitches will come out on those 4 rows. So we're going to start, let's start right here on number 3, the top of number 3, okay? And which will make sense in just a minute why. This is not a wrapped stitch, so I have a regular chenille needle. And so we've come out on stitch 3, and at that same distance, straight horizontal, that we're going to go down in on number 1 and come out on number 2. And now before we come out, I'm going to bring my thread and wrap it around. And if you think of the feather stitch as a bunch of V's, that's what you need. You need a V right there that we're going to catch. Okay, now that's on row 2, so we're going to come over here straight across from it on row 4, and then come out down a bit on row 3. And again, make sure that you put your thread underneath. Okay, that's it right there. Now we're on row 3. So again, row 3 goes back to row 1. Make sure that your thread is underneath so that you'll catch it and make a V. And now we're on number 2, so we go across to number 4 and come out down here on number 3. Now that is the feather stitch. Now sometimes we do fun things like a double feather stitch. Again, I don't have the lines drawn for this, but I don't usually use the lines, where we're going to go 2 to the right. Let me show you what I mean there. See, this goes, this one is to the left, to the right, to the left, to the right, but we're going to go 2 to the left. And we could do the same thing going backwards. We could go 2 to the right. The other thing that you can do is vary the lengths of the V's. For example, you could do one that instead of moving it over here so that these are all about the same size of V, you can just make almost like an echo on here. In fact, let's do that one more time. Let's make our echo not very far apart. And we're kind of keeping on this one. These are called double and triple feather stitches. See how we're keeping this side of the V. Let me get my pointer. This side of the V we're keeping in a straight line, and these you can move. I think they look almost seaweedy, but you can do a lot of different things with the feather stitch.